If you guys didn't know, we have sports and sometimes it's wrapped around with sex. And since the ladies are not in the house, and I hate to disappoint you that our Tuesday girls,
they're in here somewhere.
They're not in the room.
They're just invisible.
They're somewhere
down here
around the room.
Get off the floor, ladies.
That's right. We look for their inside.
Down there.
Because they look at the jock.
Leave the guess the cat bowl.
And we look at the statistics. So we're going to cater more to the people and not the statistics, okay?
Mm-hmm. You can't even say it. So we don't want to cater to it. We ain't going to cater to the statistics.
The statistics.
The statistics.
That's better.
That's like statistics of the tat.
Urban stats. Okay. What was the biggest disappointment of the weekend? We've covered a couple of the topics, Mario. Was it Orlando Magic's Miami Heat final preseason game canceled? Was it the Auburn Tigers leaping over Oregon to the #1 BCS ranking? Or was it Brett Favre failed comeback on the last-minute drive against Green Bay? Or watching linebackers and D-backs like Harrison sit back and avoid hitting folks?
Last one.
Thank you. That's what I said.
You can't call it a comeback, Brett. But so it's not. It's just get over it. There ain't going to be no more hitting in football. It's going to be flag football.
Well, okay, so
the flag football league. I like that.
You know what? You hit. I got to give my. He hit it. He hit it.
We can get women back in the game.
You did the right thing because you can always see Orlando and Miami play, and the BCS rankings are going to change. So maybe Auburn deserves it, and then Brett Favre, he's going to have a comeback. He's had them before, but when you change the intensity of a football player to be less than what he used to be. That's going to go on infinitely, and I can't stand it. I'm sorry.
It's sort of like the reason why people over 50 can't get used to condoms. See, you can't change in person after all them years. You can't change. It's like some of y'all still can't get used to the phone. Still can't, no matter what, can't get used to the phone. Okay. You don't want to get used to the phone. You don't want to tweet. Don't want to instant. That's okay. So some people you can't change. You know, it's like coming in and finding your old lady sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Some of you, that just throws your whole day off. You don't even know. You just walk around the bed pacing. Don't even know what to do.
I'm going to ask him a question so he can keep you guys focused on sports right now. Give me your top 2 or 3 sports faces as it relates to competition right now that you say, I like looking at them.
Inez Sains. That's my #1 sports face. Inez Sains is wonderful. And my other sports faces, Kim Kardashian. Because, if you're going to talk about sports faces, you got to have one of the Kardashians in there. So Kim is always, but now,
hopeless. This is hopeless.
Courtney's pretty damn bad herself. But I can't afford neither one of them. But y'all can buy lunch and introduce me to a cousin. So that's the 2 most important sports faces. And whoever, the 3rd and most important sports faces, whoever Brett Favre sent those text messages to.
Oh, I got one for you since you went there. Out of those women, the 3, who's the finest?
Inez Sains.
Oh, the new #1, right?
She's bad.
Dang, I should have brought a picture of her.
Lick butter from her fingertips. Yes.
See, so
and on that, Matt Mo, we ought to look at this pic from the Do You Believe?
Yeah, I got to do this. Do You Believe? That's a picture, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
She says,
it may be a figment of my imagination.
Well, she has a quote above you, man. Won't you read that quote right under Do You Believe?
What football? I know football.
Do you believe that?
I believe it.
No,
because she has the push-up, and anyone who knows football knows this is the way to approach it. I told you.
She looks
hut
good.
Hut 1, hut 2.
Right. And you can't tell. Is she a real player? I hesitate to say.
She's probably a Raider fan, judging by the colors.
Yeah, he looks
so
like
that.
So
means she must be used to abuse.
Okay. You guys, we are ready for Do You Believe.
You're not a Raider fan. They're used to abuse. They got one win. They better last. Y'all better get some high. Go back and take that video and put it on loop.
That's cool.
That might be all you get.
That's
for
cool.
a long time.
Well, enjoy this pick. Enjoy it because that's about the best that the Raiders are going to get right now from their cheerleaders. And I don't know who number 17 is. That's why I think she is a lingerie league football player.
Switch my number.
I know you will. All right, Do You Believe? We get to this section where we just ask questions, and whether we believe it or not, where there's an element of truth, we don't know. But Mario, I'm going to ask you the first one. Do we believe? Do you believe the Oakland Raiders' scoring record in defeat of the Broncos was actually against a former UFL replacement player team?
Same thing.
See, here we go.
Same thing as the Denver Broncos. First of all, they don't have a lot of good food up there. You know, it's a lot of altitude, Vic.
Right.
And not a lot of good food.
Okay.
They are getting kind of hip to the microbrews.
So
I'm just telling you, you know, it's just Denver, man.
It's
Denver,
so you're saying UFL players.
Denver is right above going to, Buffalo.
So you think they're just as bad as Buffalo right now?
Sort of, right.
Wow.
Almost. They're not quite that bad.
No,
they had a bad day. I like Kyle Orton, but he had a bad day.
But at the beginning of the season, they started off as if they were going to be some. What happened, you think? Coaching?
That might be part of it, Vic.
Quarterback?
That too. No, Kyle Orton is still, and he has a wonderful dealership, I understand.
Here we go. I'm going to go to the next one.
So I think it can't be Kyle.
All right. Well, let me get to one that
I still think it's the lack of a good restaurant.
You know what?
Have you ever been to Denver?
I've been to Denver, and it was cold.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's cold, man.
Yeah, it's not up on my list.
It's not.
It's a little slow.
It's just not.
Go Denver.
Best air. One of the. I mean.
Really.
Well, what's the difference in smog in L.A. and thin air in Denver? What's the difference?
The pooch rise faster.
Yeah, I knew it. He's getting to gas.
I've been to Denver.
If you had to get
long drive from the airport.
Okay.
Takes you forever. You can't even see the city. You're at the airport, you just driving. When over there, you see the Emerald City, something. That's Seattle, but you see it somewhere down there.
So if you lived, like, say, in the South somewhere, and somebody says, you need to get to better air, come L.A. or Denver.
Well, come to L.A., you won't care about the air once you start looking at the people. You don't want to do something out here. Smoke something, drink something. Come to L.A. You'll hear about people rushing to Denver.
I know, man.
That's why it's a bargain flight.
Hey,
Denver.
Hey, we'll just let you
$5.99.
Just let you know that's okay. Well, let me just go ahead because I got to go to the next one, which can carry a subject all by itself. Do you believe that Cincinnati Bengals player Ocho Cinco knows defense and predicting the acquisition of T.O. would lead the way to the Super Bowl with a losing record? Is proving his claim. I
think he's doing the best he can. He's also proved his lack of understanding of the Spanish language. He thinks Ocho Cinco's 85.
But they got T.O.
That's 85.
And Ocho Cinco on the same team. How come they're not going to the Super Bowl, man? Is there a reason why, or is this just early in the season?
I think Marvin Lewis and Mike Singletary, unfortunately, this year, the brother coaches, it may not be a good year for the brothers as coaches because they might be biting
the dust.
Singletary and Marvin, how much time you want to give him?
Who, Marvin?
Yeah.
Marvin's getting a pass because he
really?
He's getting, no, I'm saying
he's giving him the hell long he been there.
No, I'm saying somebody's giving him a pass.
Oh, I was saying, I love the brothers.
Yeah, but
I'd fire him.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'd fire him. Look at there's a bunch of folks I'd fire right now.
Right.
I'd fire Dallas coach. I'd fire,
the Raiders don't need firing because they stay the same. But they got a 59-point win the other day. So it's a reprieve, temporary.
Bravo.
Okay, all right. Well,
Bravo, Raiders.
Well, here's the thing that's going for it. Most people won't even look at that Carson Palmer is not having the year as a quarterback that he typically has.
That's it. That's why part of the reason why one day they'll have a running attack.
Right.
I mean, that's the coach, right?
That's
Marvin
true.
Lewis, come on. I'm telling you, and Mike Singletary both.
Yeah.
May not be a good year for the brothers.
And there's gonna be a test.
They
I think
may be going.
Singletary, no matter how much, he has a bye week coming up, and then if they don't come away with a win,
he may not make it out the rest of the year.
I know they already said that. They said it's going to be hard because somewhere
I'd
on the
fire
way,
him.
So they're playing worse than they did last year, right? Because they played much better last year.
Yeah, like I said.
I know. I'm not. Look, I don't advocate. I don't advocate that he's not doing his job. I just think Mario, and then we believe in this. There are certain people who get the best out of folks, and they have different techniques. Maybe his technique he's using is not getting the best out of his folks.
Did it work with the other dates?
All right, I'm going to the next
If it didn't work with the other dates, don't keep doing it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Do you believe?
Don't tell them they don't sweat much for a fat girl. Sometimes those kind of compliments don't work well.
I know. See, I think he's become one-dimensional.
That's what I used to tell him. I said, wow.
One-dimensional probably, man.
I said, you like donuts too.